Hi, Carmen Ibrahim here, and I'm so excited to have my gorgeous doctor, Hiba and Najib, with me today. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for coming down, and of course, thank you for your business. I was so happy to get you this rare opportunity, and you did a wonderful job.
Thank you, Carmen. You know, it was really easy going through this process, as easy as it can be. And, you know, we are so glad that we were able to do it with you. And we've known each other for a really long time. And it was great that we were able to work together and help each other. And, you know, we've had wonderful experiences with you in the past. And we've known each other for a long time with our remodeling 10 years ago.
10 years, you're right.
More than that, 15 years ago.
When you got the Laguna beach house.
Yeah, and so you helped us with that remodel. And then over the years, we've, you know, exchanged a lot of ideas about investments.
And you helped me a lot as a doctor too, so it was like back and forth all those years.
It was great. It made it so much more comfortable to know that we trust you and we know that you do great work. And, you know, we've seen your work over the years and you helped us find this gem. And, you know, it was a diamond in the rough, really, when we got it.
It was.
It was not in great shape.
Needed some polishing, but
not some polishing. Complete remodeling, but you did a great job.
And, you know, your ideas were great and you really helped us put together a plan that was fruitful, and here we are. You know, we're happy with the results, and we're so glad that you can help us move on to the next step now.
I'm definitely will. And guess what? You gained equity over $200,000 in just 4 months. So I'm ready. You're ready to sell it? We'll sell it tomorrow.
Well, you made it all happen because, you know, the transaction really went as smooth as possible. There were a lot of little hiccups here
There are always.
Yes, and you were all over it. And, you know, it was great that we could reach you any time of the day. And a lot of times late in the evening, you know, you were always available. And, you know, we could bounce ideas off of you, and you helped us kind of smooth out the kinks and get things moving.
It's my pleasure. I'm so happy to be able to help you.
Yeah. Our mortgage officer was like, wow, you know, you made record time closing, and we did a lot in a very short time. So it was really awesome, and it was great for the seller because that's what they wanted. It worked out well for us as well and helped us get started with the remodel so that we could get through this process. And here we are just 3 months later.
He was the man behind the scene, you know. He
was the project manager for the remodel.
And you mentioned closing. So even after the closing, there were a few things that were still pending. And Carmen helped us with that, working with the seller's agent. And
I know the seller. That was a rough one. That was a rough one.
Yeah, and the seller was out of state, so you
That's
really
the problem
had to
that we had.
Coordinate a lot of different factors.
Yeah, and it was in a trust, so basically the trustee were the ones handling it. So it wasn't the top priority for them. And, you know, they didn't mean to give us tough time, but they did give us tough time, quite some tough time.
And we really appreciate, even after the closing, that you know, continued to help us kind of make sure everything got resolved, and it did, and it was great. You know, I think the experience was really good, and we recommend you to all of our friends.
Thank you so much.
And
Just being here and seeing all those great words, it really means a lot to me.
Thank you.
Besides our great friendship, I really appreciate your compliment, and I appreciate the business, and I'm so happy for you. Thank you, Najib. Thank you for
everything you did for us.
Of course, of course.
No, it's definitely nice to work with somebody that you trust from the beginning, so you don't have, you know, those concerns that most people do when they're talking to their agents about their priorities. And we know that you had our best interest in mind, and you were always looking at ways to make things better, you know, for us.
And you asked me when I found it, you said, you do remodeling, you do home improvement, why don't you take it for yourself? I said, you know what, you wanted a lake view, here is a lake view, I'll find myself another deal.
Yes, yeah, that was really kind of you, because you really found it, you know, it fell out of escrow twice before, and so you found it kind of...
You remember all the details, I like that. You remember all the details.
I remember you sending me a text message like, hey, you might want to look at this, because it just fell out of escrow again for the second time, and this looks like a good opportunity, and right away you got us...
You know, it looked scary, and I told you, before you go, you have to set your expectations, and I will be posting before and after pictures. So if you walk in before, it was really scary, and that's why it fell out of escrow twice, because nobody had the vision or could imagine how would it look once it's done. Remember, I had this conversation with you, and I told you we're getting it at lower than market price because the seller was motivated and desperate to sell. So we got it at the right time. We negotiated even lower than the list price. He gave you a lot of credit. And you kept on saying, Carmen, can you get us more credit?
Thanks
Carmen, Carmen, like till when?
3,000 here, 3,000 there.
So we get
the price kept dropping.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys are working hard for your money, obviously.
Yeah.
That's why we got a great deal.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
We really appreciate all
Thank
the
you. Looking
professionalism, and I'm sure we'll be working again.
Of course, I'm here to help you. I'm not going anywhere.
We're looking forward to it.
Thank you again. Thanks,
Thank you,
Najib.
Carmen.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.